When 17-year-old Marcus picked up a wallet on a rainy city sidewalk, the crowd expected him to run. But what he did next stopped traffic. And what the owner did in return was unbelievable. The wind pushed hard against storefronts that evening, dragging trash and early leaves across the concrete. City buses roared down Maple Avenue as the streetlights clicked on one by one. Marcus stood near the corner of 14th and Varnum, under a flickering awning outside a closed-down deli. His hoodie was too thin for the wind, and his sneakers had holes at the toes. In one hand, he held a folded cardboard sign that read, "Between jobs, just need a chance." It wasn't his first night on that corner. He came to the city with nothing but a small duffel bag and the name of a shelter someone had written down for him. But when he arrived, the place had already shut down. Since then, his days were spent wandering the streets, sleeping on cold benches, and being ignored by people who walked past like he wasn't even there. He was 17. He hadn't finished school. His mom had passed, and his dad had left long before his 8th birthday. He had no one else. But despite all he had been through, there was something still in him. Something that refused to let go. Earlier that day, Marcus had stepped into a coffee shop. He'd tried this before, asking for a small job. Maybe just sweep the floor, maybe wipe down a few tables. "Sorry," the manager said without looking up. "Not hiring." "I don't need to be paid," Marcus replied, voice low but steady. "Just a sandwich or coffee would be more than enough." That made her look up with a frown. "We don't encourage loitering," she said. "You'll have to leave," she added. The room went quiet. 2 students near the window laughed under their breath. One snapped a photo. Marcus stepped out without another word. As evening fell, he paced slowly past the crosswalk. That's when he saw it. A young woman, well-dressed, stepped out of a rideshare and hurried across the sidewalk. As she pulled her bag over her shoulder, something slipped from it and fell unnoticed onto the wet concrete. It was a thick wallet made of smooth leather. Marcus blinked, paused, and reached for it. He opened it slowly. Inside were cards, folded receipts, an ID, and several crisp bills, 20s and 50s. For a full 3 seconds, he stared. His stomach tightened. He hadn't eaten in almost 36 hours. But then he read the name, Elena Marsh, age 22. A business card tucked inside read, VP Marsh Enterprises. Marcus glanced up. The woman was already half a block away. He closed the wallet and ran in her direction. "Miss," he called, sprinting awkwardly. His legs ached from walking all day. His shoes slipped slightly on the wet floor. "Excuse me, miss." As she reached the crosswalk, Elena was pulling out her phone, unaware she'd dropped anything. Marcus caught up to her just as the traffic light changed, breathless from running. He held the wallet out in both hands. "You dropped this." She blinked. "What?" Her eyes widened. "Oh my God." She opened it quickly, flipping through its contents. Her shoulders dropped in relief. "All the cards. It's all here. And the cash. You didn't..." Marcus shook his head. "You lost it. It's yours," he replied. A light changed. A car horn blared somewhere nearby. Elena stared at Marcus for a long second, then looked down at the wallet again. "All the cards, the cash. You didn't take a thing," she said quietly. Marcus shook his head. "You dropped it. It's not mine." She studied him more carefully now. The worn hoodie, the soaked shoes, the cardboard sign peeking from his back pocket. The cold in his shoulders looked deeper than the weather. "Most people wouldn't have chased me down," she said. "Not in the rain. Not like this." Marcus offered a tired shrug. "Figured you'd want it back." Elena glanced over her shoulder, then opened her purse and pulled out her phone. "I don't usually do this," she said, "but wait here a minute." Marcus blinked. "Why?" "Because," she said, dialing, "you've just reminded me that some things are more important than meetings." She turned, pacing a few steps away as she spoke quietly on the phone. Marcus stood still, unsure of what was happening. A few people passing by gave him second looks, some with suspicion, others with curiosity. Exactly 5 minutes later, a black sedan pulled up to the curb. From it stepped a woman in a navy coat, holding a large envelope, in a plastic-wrapped jacket. Elena walked back over and handed them to Marcus herself. "This jacket's new. I guessed your size," she said softly. "Inside the envelope is a $250 gift card for groceries and warm meals." Marcus opened his mouth to speak, but she continued. "There's also a business card for Marsh Cafe on 5th Street. It's one of our family's shops. I've already called ahead. If you show them that card, they'll offer you a trial shift. No paperwork hassle." She paused. "You showed up for me when no one asked you to. Let me return the favor." People around them had stopped walking. The two students from the coffee shop had appeared again. But this time, no one laughed. "Why?" Marcus asked. "Because," Elena said, "you had every reason to take from the world. But you chose to give." Marcus took the envelope with shaking hands. He had no words. Elena handed him the jacket. "I think this will fit better than that hoodie," she said. And then she paused, smiled softly, and said something that stuck with him long after. "The world needs fewer people who look the part, and more who do the right thing, even when no one's looking." She held out her hand. He shook it. As she disappeared down the avenue, Marcus stood still on the corner, jacket wrapped around him, envelope tucked under his arm, and heart full for the first time in months. He hadn't asked for anything, but that day the world noticed anyway. If this story moved you, please share it, because sometimes all it takes is one small act of honesty to change a life. What would you have done in Marcus's shoes? Share your story in the comments. It might inspire someone else. And if you believe in stories that reveal the quiet good in the world, subscribe to Nameless Archive. We tell stories that inspire,